Hello everybody, I'm Maggie from the Plainfield Library and it's time for Maggie's Reader's Advisory. You might have noticed that I'm kind of in the dark today, and the reason that's the case is because the two books that I'm going to talk about this month and next month both take place in the dark. How come? Well, they're both survival stories in a way. The first one takes place 2,000 feet down in a mine in Chile, and the second one takes place after a world apocalypse when there is just no electricity to be had. Two survival stories, one this month, one next month, and we'll start with the first one. It's called Deep Down Dark. The author's name is Hector Tobar. He is a reporter for the Los Angeles Times, and he based this book on the really riveting story of the Chilean mine disaster and rescue in August of 2010. I don't know if you remember watching that on TV. The entire world was obsessed with this story for about 3 months. Here's what happened if you don't remember. In August of 2010, 33 miners were trapped after a disaster in a mine in Chile. Now this mine was about 120 years old. It had been mined steadily for gold and silver and then closed down and then reopened again, and they were mining for copper and trace minerals. Now in Chile there were not a lot of mining regulations. These men realized how dangerous this job would be. However, what they didn't realize when they went down in the mine that day was how close they were to disaster. The mountain had been rumbling. There had been geological shifts. The owners of the mine realized this, but they ignored it, and so the worst that could possibly happen happened. An enormous, huge piece of rock from the middle of the mountain fell down and blocked their exit. It was about the size of the Empire State Building. There was no way that these 33 men could get out. How did they manage to survive for more than 2 months, trapped in a tiny chamber 2,000 feet underground, in the dark, in the heat, with no food? The only water they had to drink was water that was used to cool the drilling equipment, so it was oily, greasy, contaminated. The whole world watched to see how the rescue procedure would go. Did they get out? And how did they? What happened? How was NASA involved? What a fabulous story this was. How they were finally rescued, and what a fantastic day when the drillers sent a drill all the way down 2,000 feet, heard tapping, pulled it up, and on the end of the drill was a note that said, "The 33 are well and alive." And how they were rescued, and the sheer euphoria of the relatives who had camped out on at the entrance of the mine for 2 months. It's an amazing story, and it's one that no one should miss. And these men are so famous now that a friend of mine told me she actually saw them at Disney World. They were there almost like a circus act. This is the true story of the rescue of the mine, the San Jose mine in Chile, a book not to be missed.